Hey everybody, this is Neil here. Welcome to the next lesson of Local Commercial Cash. In this lesson, we're going to talk about how we can go about finding and building lists of targeted prospects. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to cover in this video: where we're going to find the leads, and then our criteria for finding those ideal prospects, finding advertisers on television, finding advertisers online, building targeted lists of those leads, and then how you can outsource the entire process. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so basically for what we're looking for here, there are two places that we can find targeted prospects. And the first one, of course, as I talked a little bit about in the sales letter and the PDF, if you've read that already, is television. And when we first set out to find all the as many businesses as we can that we're advertising on television, we found it to be kind of a difficult task because they don't exactly publicize that information widely for anybody to find, right? And with good reason for understandable reasons, right? So what we did was we just got a little bit creative and we actually just watched television, right? We DVR'd some shows. Specifically, we like to use local sports, local news, and daytime television. That's when we find a lot of the local advertisers running their ads, especially more. Prime time, time slots tend to have a lot more national type companies, right? So it's very easy to sit down and you want to just take a list of the actual names of the companies, not the types of businesses, but you want to know the actual names of the companies. So if it's, Freeway Ford or whatever the case is, you want to write down as many of those as you can. And then when we get to the Google portion of things, we'll go ahead and check out all those. We'll check out their online presence of all those leads and decide which ones are qualified for our services. Okay, so here's the criteria that we are going to want to base our entire lead generation off of. And this step is really important because the more targeted and qualified that your leads are, that is directly relates to how well your leads convert when it gets time to close a deal. So it's really important that you build highly targeted lists of people that are interested and have a need in what you have to offer. Okay, so by and large, we're looking for businesses that are already advertising, preferably on TV. If we find them advertising in other locations such as Yellow Pages or other AdWords but not using video or Facebook ads or anything like that, that works as well. But we prefer businesses that are running ads on TV. Okay, not advertising effectively on YouTube. Because the reason that we have that criteria in there, those two first criteria are key because if they're advertising on television and they're not taking advantage of YouTube, it's very easy to just point out those statistics that I talked about in the sales page and the PDF about how 20% of their market isn't subscribing to cable and how they're missing out on some of the most lucrative buyers out there by not advertising online. Okay, we're looking for people that have a decent social media fan base, and we'll talk about that more when we get into the delivering the services stuff towards the end. But basically, it makes it a lot easier for us to get that initial burst of traffic to our clients' videos if they already have a nice fan base, either a Twitter following or Facebook following, that we can use to get that initial burst of traffic to their videos. So it's not a must-have, but it's something that we really, really prefer. So it's just a lot easier to work with people that already have fans. Okay. And then they're in a niche where video advertising is a viable means of reaching their customers. You can only market to an audience that is out there. Not if there's not an audience for it on YouTube, then you're not going to be able to reach that market because they're not there. So most major markets are on YouTube and reachable, but it's important to make sure that the niche that you're going after has a viable audience online. Okay. Okay, the top niches that we prefer to go after. I'm not saying these are the best niches in the world, but as we've continued to develop our services, we've dialed in more and more and more. Not only who these services are best for, but who's willing to pay us the most for them. Okay, and these are some of the niches that we've identified as some of the best for advertising on YouTube: auto dealerships, maintenance, and especially auto parts. Auto parts is one that I really want to just key on for a second. Um, Google put out a study that said that 85% of online research related to auto parts turns into a local purchase. And if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. A guy needs to fix his truck, goes online to YouTube, Googles how to do this to his alternator, and then once he learns how to do it, what does he need to do? He needs the parts, right? So it's an ideal advertising opportunity on YouTube for auto parts, and it's actually a very lucrative market, and there are a lot of privately owned franchises in any city. So auto parts is a great niche. Hotels, resorts, spas, they're all about branding. They're all about mass getting their message out there, and they're all about reaching. There's a lot of tourism type of traffic on YouTube. People looking for, attractions in new cities and things like that. So hotels, spas, resorts are great. Lawyers, especially DUI, personal injury, bankruptcy, divorce, all those types of lawyers are constantly. They've been running ads on TV since the beginning of time. During daytime TV, you've seen them, I'm sure. Have you been injured? Blah blah blah. Well, they can reach the same market, or more of their market on YouTube. So lawyers are also a great niche to get into. And then restaurants and, like I said, tourist attractions. Restaurants are great. People are always looking for places to eat. Everybody's always looking for videos of how to cook things and so forth and so on. And same with tourist attractions. You can get a lot of traffic to a customer's video by, say for example, you had a fishing company in San Diego, and you could rank their video for and run their ads on anything related to San Diego. So people are looking for San Diego beaches, San Diego tourist attractions, all that stuff. You can run their ads on there as well. So those are some of our favorite niches to get into. It's not to say that they're the only niches to get into, but some of the ones that we really prefer. So, okay, real quick, I'm going to jump over online and we're going to dive in here. Okay, before I get into all of that, how we're going to go about finding these people, real quick, I wanted to just show you some places that you can take a look at some of those niches and see what people are watching and get an idea for what niches you can be marketing to on YouTube. Okay, so you can find these links in the PDF as well, so just you can follow along there. But this is just the main advertising homepage on YouTube. You can look up all the different categories that people are advertising in. This will give you a good idea of what niches you should target locally. Okay. This is a site called YouTube Insights. Again, this is also in the PDF, and this is just a really good site to give you more of an idea of what's possible on YouTube, how you can target your audiences, what audiences you can target, what types of ads you can run, and so forth and so on. I also go in depth about this site in the video PPC Sniper course, so if you want to learn more, make sure you check out that course as well. Lastly, I'll just show you another cool site real quick, and real quick I'll just kind of explain this. When you're running ads, video advertisements through the AdWords platform, what you're really looking for is ad placements, channels, mobile apps, all these different places where you can run your client's advertisement, right? Well, one of the best ways to find that is through the Google AdWords double-click ad planner tool. Okay, and again, you can find this link in the PDF. And what this will do, just play with it a little bit. It'll give you a good idea. You can find out how many people are in your audience. You can break it down demographically, geographically, by user interest online. It's really pretty cool. So I really advise you just get in there and check it out, and it'll give you a great idea of what's possible out there. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on the prospecting part online. Okay. Now, if you don't want to do any or all of this stuff, it's very easy to simply outsource this. I mean, you could outsource this to an in-house staff, or to an outsourced worker overseas very easily for a couple bucks an hour. However, I highly recommend that if you're going to be the one contacting the leads, that you do the research, because then when you go to contact the leads, it's a lot more of a warm call, or a warm letter, whatever it is, because you have a lot more background and knowledge about the client. Okay. All right. So what we want to do is one of two things. Either we're going to be looking for YouTube channels in general, or we're going to be looking at the YouTube channels of a specific business that we found while watching TV, right? So what we like to use is a simple search string, and it goes a little bit like this. Okay. Okay, so what you're looking at here is a search string. Basically what you're telling Google is, I'm looking for site, YouTube, I'm looking for all of the channels or usernames that have Denver Dentist in it, okay, for example. Make sure you leave no space between the colon and HTTP, and make sure you do leave a space between user and whatever, and you can replace this with whatever name and of the city and type of business that you're after, okay? And as you can see here, this brings up all of these different YouTube or channels that have those keywords either in the title or in the optimization, in the tags. Okay, and then the beautiful thing is you can actually quickly and easily just use the preview feature here um, to browse through all of these different YouTube channels, okay? And once you identify, okay, this looks like a YouTube channel that could use our help, you just want to go ahead and click through to the YouTube channel, check it out, get an idea, take any notes that you can about what it is you might exactly could do for this business, and then note it on your spreadsheet, okay? And we like to build spreadsheets just like this, very simple spreadsheets. In the PDF, we said you're going to want to build a list of about 20 to 50 people to get started. That's why I said you're not really going to need to hand this off to somebody. If you have some time on your hands, you can go ahead and go through and do it yourself. But either way, you just want to note the pertinent information that you're going to need when you reach out to this business. So, their name, their phone and email, their website, their YouTube channel, their Facebook page, and any additional notes that you want to add of things that you might have found while you were looking. Like, I noticed that this button doesn't work, or anything that you can use as just a selling tool when you go to talk to the client. Okay, and like I said, you want to build that list out to about 50 people if possible. Okay. Now, also, if you were looking for a specific dentist, say you found them online, you could actually just plug in their exact business name right there, and it would bring up the YouTube channel of here. So here's one I was looking at recently. Boom. So there you go. So recently I was looking for the YouTube channel of this dentist, Jeff Johnson. He reached out and contacted me, and I was just doing a little research on him. And as you can see, I just quickly plugged his name in with this thing, boom, right to the YouTube channel. No fumbling around, no having to go to YouTube, none of that stuff, right? And the really cool thing is this actually works for Facebook as well. So like I said, we'd like to check out their Facebook page as well. It's kind of important to us that they have a following so that we can use that in the driving traffic section. And so just to give you an idea here, you can actually do the exact same thing with Facebook. There you go. And so you can see the exact same thing works for Facebook just the same, and you can also preview the pages very easily as well. So and you can use that either to find a specific business, or if you wanted to just browse through all of the dentists in Denver, you could do that just as well. Make sure the only difference with Facebook and YouTube is at Facebook it's just strictly facebook.com/nothing, and with YouTube you have the user, and that's just the way that their URLs are set up. Okay, so bottom line, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go through and research these businesses to make sure that they fit the criteria, and once they fit the criteria, you're going to want to add them to your spreadsheet. Okay, you can use these search tactics to quickly and easily find endless amount of businesses. Make sure that they are advertising at least in one location. So a good way, another great place to start besides television and before you get here is to go to somewhere like yellowpages.com and start to find businesses that are advertising on there, and then again follow the same process that you would through television. If you know that now they've met criteria number 1, now we're going to go check out their YouTube channel, and then we're going to check out their Facebook page, and if they pass all that stuff, then we're going to go ahead and put them on the list, right? Bottom line, you want to find people that are advertising. You want to use these simple search tactics to quickly and easily look up these businesses, and once you find that they've met the criteria, you want to go ahead and put them on that list. Now, once we've built up a targeted list of about 20 to 50 prospects, we're going to move on to the next step where we're going to go ahead and contact, get their attention, and educate these prospects using a multitude of methods. So in the next video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about all that stuff, and that's it for me on this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.